Hey everybody. So today we're going to go over some cybersecurity stuff. This is usually called the third-party risk management or vendor risk management or some other component of that. Basically anybody that's not part of the organization. So it has, like I said, a few different names, but this falls under the governance, risk, and compliance. Usually this is sits off to the side, and usually people forget about this. So let's get started. So what exactly is third-party risk management or TPRM? Usually this is called many different names, like I mentioned. Basically suppliers, third parties, business partners, contractors, consultants, etc. People that don't really fit into the organization that you bring in to do specific tasks or work, or if you're buying a product, service from another company, that they would come in and they would, like a VAR or vendor reseller, and they would be part of that organization. But you want to make sure that they are doing their due diligence to protect the data that they may be holding that's yours. Basically, you're trying to minimize the risk, either supply chain, partnership, etc. So here's a lifecycle management of TPRM that basically shows how it works and when to engage the security teams. Usually it's almost always at the beginning, as close to the relationship starting as possible, POC, POV before that. And then you go through the whole process. This can involve purchasing, other groups, NDAs, MSAs, etc. But you want to at least get the information from security into security as quickly as possible. That way that can be evaluated and see if there's any gaps in anything. So we have different components of third-party risk management. Usually management, practice, and scope resides within the security management group, could reside in the risk or other groups, but usually it's in the security group. It's practice of assessing and mitigating risk, and the program includes supply chain, third-party technology, vendor, and in some situations, TPRM at the bottom right here could go beyond third-party risk and assess fourth-party risk. So what that is a vendor that has subcontractors that they use outside parties. They could be W-2 or contracting with them, and you'll see the person, but they're not really an employee of the other organization, so you're kind of like a middleman, etc. And then that determines what gets done. So this takes into consideration all of those components. So here we have a textual base of the life cycle management. So you can see here the onboarding, the risk assessment, questionnaires, review, continuous monitoring, remediation, and etc. Different components. Here we have the types of data risk. So protecting data, obviously the most critical and important. We got different levels. Level 5 would be like janitorial, etc., things like that. And you move up, it's like internal components, critical components. Top would be like HR data, things like that. And then you would go over each group and where they fit into the categories. Each one would be a categorization of the vendor. So each vendor fits into a category. You build a matrix out of this, either Excel spreadsheet, database, or something else. In cybersecurity, sometimes it's called a risk register for your risks and your asset inventory. This would be a similar component that would all fit together. So here we have the criteria. You have the core components: financial impact, dependencies, growth, regulation, etc. And what is evaluated with each vendor. So product services, significant portion of expenses. I basically look at everything, different components of the vendor. So are they secure? Do they have good financial standing? Are they going to be around when the product has problems? Do they align with the organization's strategic goals? Products, again, has access to sensitive critical data, PII, credit cards, personal information. How does all that fit into the scope of the work? Then you have the model. This is where they are categorized: low, medium, high. What's the impact if their service goes down? Where do they fit in the risk matrix? So this is all subjective and qualitative, not quantitative. So this fits into low, medium, high, certain things. Top line, unable to grow, business criticality, IT security, sometimes called the common maturity model. Whereas how do they handle things that are, if something breaks or something doesn't work or something gets compromised, how do they work with that information? And then once you get all that information, you have a meeting with the vendor, you go to the next steps. So third party, so usually you send out a questionnaire, they answer the questionnaire, then you continue normal operations. And that's how you kind of rate everything that when you're onboarding a vendor with third-party risk management. This is a high-level overview. If you have questions, I can present more detailed questionnaires, detailed documentation, things like that. If you're interested, please comment below if you like this, have questions about it, something you need more detail on. Love to help you out. But once again, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Have a good day.